What if I told you the mysterious kid from Toronto, who once uploaded songs anonymously, is now one of the most streamed artists in history? From blinding lights to the Super Bowl stage, this is the incredible story of The Weeknd. The Weeknd, whose real name is Abel Tesfaye, has crafted a sound that is unlike any other artist of his generation. What makes him stand out the most is his unique music style, a blend of different genres that creates an atmosphere both haunting and irresistible. His music can't simply be boxed into one category. Instead, it moves fluidly between R&B, pop, hip-hop, electronic, and even alternative rock. This ability to cross genres has given him a broad audience appeal, connecting with listeners from very different musical backgrounds. At the core of The Weeknd's music is a dark, emotional, and futuristic vibe. Many of his early songs carried themes of loneliness, heartbreak, substance use, and the darker sides of fame. His smooth falsetto voice became his trademark, instantly recognizable and deeply emotional. Unlike many pop stars who rely on catchy hooks alone, The Weeknd uses atmosphere, layered production, and moody beats to create a cinematic listening experience. For example, his mixtapes like House of Balloons and Thursday didn't sound like typical mainstream releases. They were experimental, underground, and full of raw emotions, yet they caught the attention of millions. As he rose to fame, The Weeknd carefully evolved his sound without losing his identity. When he collaborated with big names like Daft Punk on Starboy, he introduced more electronic and futuristic elements into his music. This fusion created some of his biggest hits, including Starboy and I Feel It Coming. Later, with his album After Hours, he leaned heavily into an 80s-inspired synthwave sound, highlighted in his record-breaking single Blinding Lights. This track combined nostalgic retro elements with modern pop energy, making it one of the most streamed songs of all time. What makes The Weeknd's music style even more unique is the storytelling aspect. His lyrics often paint vivid pictures of love, betrayal, fame, and inner struggles. He doesn't shy away from vulnerable themes, which allows listeners to connect with him on a deeper level. Songs like The Hills or Call Out My Name show raw emotion, while tracks like Can't Feel My Face disguise darker themes under a catchy pop production. This balance between commercial appeal and artistic depth is a rare skill that The Weeknd has mastered. The Weeknd's rise from underground anonymity to global superstardom is nothing short of extraordinary. In the early days of his career, he was a mysterious figure. He didn't show his face, didn't give interviews, and released his music anonymously on YouTube. This sense of mystery sparked curiosity, and soon people wanted to know who this voice belonged to. By 2011, his mixtapes like House of Balloons, Thursday, and Echoes of Silence were circulating online, creating a cult following that was spreading rapidly. But it wasn't until a few years later that The Weeknd transitioned from an underground artist to a mainstream sensation. His collaboration with Drake gave him wider recognition, as Drake was one of the biggest names in hip-hop at that time. Still, Abel Tesfaye wasn't satisfied with being just a niche R&B artist. He wanted to reach the world, and he carefully crafted his sound to appeal to larger audiences without losing his signature style. The turning point came in 2015 with his album Beauty Behind the Madness. This album contained global hits like Can't Feel My Face in the Hills. These songs were everywhere, on the radio, in clubs, on streaming platforms, and they introduced The Weeknd to millions of new listeners. Can't Feel My Face, in particular, became a cultural phenomenon, being compared to the works of Michael Jackson for its vocal delivery and groove. With this album, The Weeknd proved that he was more than just an underground star. He was ready to dominate the global stage. From there, his fame skyrocketed. His 2016 album Starboy, made in collaboration with Daft Punk, solidified his status as an international icon. The title track Starboy topped charts worldwide, while I Feel It Coming brought a lighter, more melodic side of him that appealed to a broader demographic. These songs were not just hits. They became part of pop culture, being used in commercials, TV shows, and even memes. Then came 2020, when The Weeknd released After Hours. Despite the pandemic shutting down tours and live performances, The Weeknd managed to break into new levels of global fame with Blinding Lights. This single wasn't just a success, it was a historic achievement. It stayed on the Billboard Hot 100 for over 90 weeks and became one of the most streamed songs in Spotify history. Its nostalgic 80s synthwave style gave people comfort during uncertain times, and it was used in countless TikTok videos, further spreading its reach across generations. The Weeknd's career is filled with milestones that have set him apart as one of the most celebrated artists of the 21st century. From Grammy Awards to Billboard records, his achievements not only highlight his talent but also demonstrate his ability to consistently push boundaries in the music industry. One of his earliest major recognitions came with the success of his album, Beauty Behind the Madness, 2015. This project, which included hits like Can't Feel My Face and The Hills, earned him multiple Grammy Awards. Winning a Grammy is a dream for many artists, but for The Weeknd, it was just the beginning of a long list of honors. His unique style and fearless approach to music resonated with critics as much as fans, proving that he was not just another pop star chasing trends, he was an innovator. The Weeknd's Starboy, 2016, took things to another level. Collaborating with Daft Punk, the album won the Grammy for Best Urban Contemporary Album. The title track, Starboy, became a global anthem and secured The Weeknd's reputation as an international superstar. By this time, he was no longer just winning awards. He was breaking records. Perhaps one of his most remarkable achievements is his dominance on the Billboard charts. His single Blinding Lights became one of the biggest songs in music history. It broke records for the most weeks in the top 10 of the Billboard Hot 100, staying there for more than 90 weeks. This made it one of the most successful songs ever released, surpassing legendary records that had stood for decades. Beyond Billboard, The Weeknd has also earned recognition from the American Music Awards, MTV Video Music Awards, and the Juno Awards in Canada. Each of these accolades reflects not just his popularity, but also his impact on the global music scene. He has also received Academy Award and Golden Globe nominations for his song Earned It from the 50 Shades of Grey soundtrack. This crossover into film music highlighted his versatility and showed that his artistry wasn't confined to the pop charts alone. One of the defining moments of The Weeknd's career, and a highlight of his journey to becoming a global icon, was his performance at the Super Bowl LV halftime show in 2021. The Super Bowl halftime show is one of the most prestigious and widely watched live events in the world, with millions of viewers tuning in not just for the game, but for the spectacle of the performance. For The Weeknd, this stage was an opportunity to showcase his artistry on a grand scale, and he made sure the world would never forget it. What made his halftime show so special was the fact that he invested $7 million of his own money into the production. While the NFL covers some costs, The Weeknd wanted complete creative control, ensuring that the performance reflected his vision rather than just a corporate production. This decision demonstrated his commitment to artistry over profit, proving that he was willing to go the extra mile to create a lasting impression. The performance itself was groundbreaking. It began with The Weeknd appearing in a glowing set designed to look like a neon city skyline, perfectly matching the futuristic and cinematic themes of his After Hours album. He opened with Starboy and seamlessly transitioned into hits like The Hills and Can't Feel My Face. One of the most memorable moments came when he entered a golden, mirrored hallway filled with flashing lights and backup dancers wearing red blazers and bandaged faces. This sequence, often referred to as the meme hallway, went viral instantly, with fans across the globe recreating the moment. The bandaged look wasn't just for show, it carried a deeper artistic meaning. Throughout the After Hours era, The Weeknd used this imagery to comment on Hollywood's obsession with beauty, fame, and transformation. By incorporating it into the Super Bowl performance, he turned what could have been just a pop concert into a form of social commentary that millions of people witnessed. The climax of the show took place on the field, where hundreds of dancers performed in perfect synchronization to Blinding Lights. This moment was both visually stunning and emotionally powerful, bringing the energy of a stadium concert to life despite the pandemic restrictions that had limited live performances at the time. The scale, precision, and creativity of this act cemented The Weeknd's halftime show as one of the most memorable in Super Bowl history. The Weeknd's impact extends far beyond music. While he is celebrated as one of the most influential artists of his generation, his contributions to society and culture highlight a deeper side of him, one rooted in compassion, social awareness, and global influence. His journey from humble beginnings in Toronto to international stardom has shaped him into not just a music icon, but also a philanthropist and role model.